Well, California has taken another crucial progressive step towards equality by mandating that every company board has at least one woman. This, of course, is letting one's freedom of choice, labor, hiring, business success, everything to be put on hold by a metaphorical gun to the face so the state can do what it thinks is best for you. By, of course, punishing businesses and excluding those who may be more qualified. Which also, unfortunately, ensures that every woman hired has to consider the fact that maybe they weren't hired because they were the best person for the job, but rather because they had a bra. Whew, I'm Ben Davies, this is Pure Hollywood. California always does its best to outdo its own stupid. Like pass a bill that would punish companies for not having a woman board member. Passing a bill that carries harsh, heavy millions of dollars in fines for companies that don't hire a female board member. And this, of course, is done in the name of equality because not as many women decide to fight and climb the corporate ladder for decades to get one of these jobs. Progressives forget the fact that many women still do climb the corporate ladder and do this and have done this for decades, and some have done a wonderful job. However, the unequal representation must only be because sexism and discrimination, not because of free choice or anything like that. So the state must step in and screw up absolutely everything. Look, I know this is a shock to some people, but men and women are different, and most of the time, they pick very different paths for their lives. Here's an example. If you ask a pool of 100 men and 100 women, who wants to be paid to be a professional cage fighter? Very few men would step forward to take this job. And even less, way less women would step forward to pursue that career. Even though in popularity and money made, it is almost equal for men and women. The incentive is the same. The drive to perform the task at hand is not the same. And the same can be said of these extremely high pressure, long hours, high anxiety positions, like being on one of these boards. And personally, I do not have the drive or desire to pursue one of these careers, and I know many women don't either. Doesn't choice make more sense than these companies intentionally discriminating for potentially the cost of millions of dollars for hiring inadequate people just to hire men? So anyway, what will be the result of this? Well, for one, companies will have to hire from a much more shallow pool. Some may be more qualified, most will not. And I say that because if you're hiring from a more shallow pool, the number of qualified people will be less. Two, some companies will choose not to deal with this and just take the hit now and leave the state for more fertile pasture. And three, companies that have these boards that to pay these people millions of dollars have one goal: profits. You hire the best people for the job, or you lose money and someone else gets said person. And these companies are extremely good at wiggling around stupid regulations. So my prediction, when the progressive state of California comes after one of these companies with an all-male board to slap millions in penalties, old Steve and Dave over there in the corner may all of a sudden become very female, or just identify as female. The new bill never said the person had to be born as a woman or have already gone through a transition. And the fact that you would even question old Steve and Bill over there makes you transphobic and bigoted. And who are you to say otherwise, you bigot? I just can't wait to see the left and California absolutely fail on this. I'm Ben Davies, this is Pure Hollywood. Alright, so if you enjoyed that video, please consider becoming a premium member to the Rebel. That way you have first access to Pure Hollywood and the entire Rebel lineup.